Hey, Allie Kintz here, and I will be speaking with you today a little bit about follow-up. I have a really good system that has worked for me for the last year and a half, and so I'm going to share it with you guys today because maybe it'll work for you too. So I have a big old planner that has separated week view, and the days are separated into 3 categories. I have potentials as well as existing customers and new ambassadors and seasoned ambassadors that I use the 3 quadrants for. And how I got to organizing those when I got started, I needed to set up a system that could be easy for me to upkeep. So the best system for you is going to be the one that will actually get you to follow up with people. And for me, being able to have a planner handy and fill it in was really simple. So what I do is when I make contact with somebody, I will, if they're potential, I'll write their name in at the very, very top quadrants because I know they're first priority for me. If they're an existing customer or new ambassador, I'll write them in that middle quadrant because I know they're second priority for me. And if they're a seasoned ambassador, I'll write them in that bottom quadrant. So when I get around to doing my IPA every single day, I have a list of a handful of people prioritized of who I should contact first and when, because it'll be the day that I'm on. So it's been something really handy for me, and as I make contact with them, I'll circle their name knowing that I talked to them, and once our conversation is kind of done for the time being, I'll cross them out and I'll roll the pages over to my next contact with those people. And I'll talk about how I follow with people, when and why, depending on their relationship to me and all that in a second. So that's my system. It works for me. I'm a type of person that does power hours and IPA times daily. If you're someone who maybe you have 2 or 3 days off of work a week and you want to roll all your work into a follow-up Friday or something like that, totally do that. I'm more of a bits and pieces, nooks and cranny kind of person. So when I get half an hour to do follow-ups, that's what I go to first, and I start working down that list from top priority to bottom. So I also, in addition to my planner, I have a couple other lists that are dynamic living or, breathing lists that I'm adding to and pulling from all the time. First, I have a Frank's list. That is a list of people I have not yet contacted about Plexus that I plan to. I also have a list of people who I've contacted that maybe didn't respond. And I've also added those names to my planner already, knowing that I contacted them, but I keep their name on a side list, knowing who I have contacted already, so I don't kind of like double back with people and wonder if I've spoken to them or not. I have them on a side list. I also have another list of interested potentials, and these are people who I've had a conversation with, and maybe it's been a while, we've spoken with each other, either I reached out to them or they reached out to me, and they haven't purchased yet in any sort of form, but our conversation is ongoing. I have a list of them as well. I also have a list of people who have said no, and I always keep that to the side because I have had so many people come back after saying no to me or saying not right now, and they have joined or become a customer of mine. So you really can never stop following up because people really do come back. We all have those busy seasons in life or times when we just can't think about Plexus right now. It's not top of mind for everyone like it is for us. And so when that time rolls around that in their life it's the right season for them to join Plexus, they will have you top of mind if you keep that relationship going and kind of keep that bond going. So in my planner, I showed you how I have my prioritized list of people. The top section is my potentials, and these are the people that I've cold messaged or that have contacted me, and this is kind of how I follow up with them. So first of all, I always end all my contacts in a question. So I'm asking them first of all, what their health issues are, health goals are, things like that, basic conversational things. But I always ask them what other questions they may have that I haven't answered yet, or what other information can I provide to them that they're wondering about to more prepare them to make a decision about Plexus. Or straight out ask them, are you ready to start? Because I'm excited to help you feel good again. And I just really encourage you to be bold because you need to ask for the decision because sometimes people will beat around the bush and not give it to you. Like I said, Plexus isn't top of mind for people. They get busy. They might, look at their phone, read your message, and go about their day and forget to respond. So coming back and say, hey, I sent you some information before. Did you have a chance to look at it? I think you love these products. Do you think you're ready to get signed up? Because I think you're really going to like it. Something like that. Like be genuine and obviously sincere about it, but ask them, are they ready to get started? Because you're here waiting to help them. And if they don't respond after a couple of messages, I like to send them a testimony of something relating to their health needs or health goals or something that reminded me of them. And then I ask them again if there's any further information that I can provide to them to help them make a decision about Plexus. So Usually I've sent them previous product information, or sometimes up to pricing information, and they're probably going to sign up as a customer ambassador. I'm just not sure yet. So I send them that stuff if they kind of aren't responding a little bit, just to give them, a story, some encouragement, all of that. If again it kind of fizzles out after 4 messages or so, 3 or 4 contacts, I let that rest for a while. You don't want to pester, but this is where I get them added to that interested list of people, that is those interested potentials, and I always have that list going because I want to invite them to the next trial event. I want to invite them to the next business or opportunity online event or product event online, or any special promotion that might be going on. I will send it their way because I know they're interested, and maybe now is just not the right time. And we always have sales and things or events at least once a month, usually multiple times a month. So you're in contact with them or sending them something at least once a month. And like I said, I've had people join me after months, even a year of saying no or not responding, because now is finally the right time to join. So that's how I kind of follow up with my potentials, and I will follow up with them. I like a week between reach outs, unless there's some event going on that you have a reason to follow up with them, or a special promotion. If you just contacted them, if there's a new sale out, definitely, even if it's the next day, send it to them. But I like 5 days to a week. You don't want to be all up in their business unless they're really actively responding to you and stuff. But so when they decide to purchase, I'm obviously in contact with them when they're purchasing, but right after they purchase, I as a customer, I send them how to take their products. I'm in contact with them when they get their products. I look at their tracking, and I make sure they've received my product instructions, that they're excited and ready to start, and ask them how it might fit in their day. So if they can start getting a schedule going. Then I'll follow up with them again after about a week and ask them how their schedule has been. Have they been able to take their products consistently over the last week? How they like the taste of Slim? That's a really great question. It's not, referring to any sort of detox symptoms they might have or any results they might have been expecting. Don't refer to any of that because we know that these products take longer than a week. So ask them how they like the taste and how it's fitting into their schedule. And then I follow up them again about the 3.5 week mark, if their preferred auto ship is coming up or if their retail product is running out. I usually will try to do any troubleshooting with them they might have had, make sure that they're ready to give these products 60 to 90 days to work. I will hopefully be able to upgrade them since they're going into their 2nd month. They can see that they can save some money by upgrading to preferred or ambassador, depending on what they're starting at. So just preparing them for that next month and making sure that they're getting their water in and all that. So after, if those people have upgraded to new ambassadors, or if I have new ambassadors coming on, similar situation, I do send them how to take your products right when they join, and I also look at their tracking and make sure I'm in contact with them right when they receive their products, because I want them to know that I'm excited for them to start, and I want them to take them correctly and have a schedule and all that. So I do that same thing. Check in after a week, make sure they got a schedule in place, and I talk to them about posting on Facebook if they haven't already. Sometimes I do that in the beginning to see if they're open to posting on Facebook and getting, maybe their products paid for, or getting some accountability partners to do this with them. Often family and friends want to do it with them, so that's really nice. So I'm in contact with them in the beginning a lot, after about a week, and again after 2.5, 3 weeks, probably. Again, troubleshooting, reiterate consistency, get that schedule going, drink your water, make sure you're using the restroom a couple times a day, that kind of thing. And I make sure their convenience order is on. I want to help speak to them about how they might talk to friends and family about Plexus, help jog their memory of people that might have health issues that Plexus could help with, stuff like that. So I kind of plant those seeds there too. Now, that's for new ambassadors, and with seasoned ambassadors, what I do is I am in touch with them about every few weeks, if not every month. If they're active business builders, it's much more often than that because we're goal setting and we're working with things and we have events going on and all that. But if it's someone who is just relaxed, taking the products and doing great at that, and some people just love to take their products and that's it, I'm in contact with them every month to make sure that they're going well, they're seeing the results they want, make sure they're consistent, tell them about new products that they might not have tried yet, help them troubleshoot, or ask them if they know anyone who has a certain health issue that I just read this testimony that I wanted to share with them, that maybe we can help earn them some commission if they can get a customer or something like that. So that's kind of how I follow up with seasoned ambassadors. And that all works into that planner that I have. So every time I speak with somebody, I will cross out their name and roll it forward to the appropriate next time to follow up with them. So I kind of have that system in my head, knowing what category they fit in, and I work them into that in my planner. I do note that which method of contact is appropriate for each person, and I ask them. Some people don't check Facebook Messenger. They don't even like that. They don't have the app on their phone. They only check it on their computer. So if I notice that somebody's hard to get a hold of, I might ask them, is there a better way to get a hold of you? Do you have a more preferred method of contact? And a lot of people give me their phone numbers to text them, or another email address that isn't the one that they have on file with Plexus. It's like a work email or something, and they'll say, hey, email me here. I have a couple people on GChat, believe it or not. And I have people who just like phone calls. They call me and that's how we chat. So do what works for your people, or you're not going to hear from them, and set up a system that works for you, or else you're not going to do it. And you have to be persistent. You have to be bold. You have to ask those questions, and don't leave people just wondering if they can get back to you whenever they want. Don't just say, let me know, because they won't let you know ever. You need to ask them if they're ready to sign up with Plexus, if they have any more questions, what other information you can provide to them, and give them the health testimonies and information that they need to make an educated and motivated and inspired decision to join Plexus. So keep your relationship strong. Always keep following up, because even after they said no, a lot of those people I know for a fact might come back around. So thought this was helpful for you guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.